Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Cobras and Miyagi-Dos alike. In this video, this was a requested video and I'm gonna get into it. It pertains to a certain character, Aisha. Now, people have covered this already in regards to the actress and whatever's gone on, but, you know, it's not my business to really get involved with all that stuff. So, you know, feel free to go and look all that stuff up. But I'm going to delve more into the character and what I think could happen. Now, the creators of the show did say there was a potential of 3 deaths. So I'm going to get the obvious out of the way. One of the options would be to simply kill the character. Now, it could serve as an emotional weight to the story because Aisha, she is connected to Sam, she's connected to Miguel, she's connected to Hawk, she's connected to Johnny. And she's connected to Daniel in some ways because of the beach club and all that. So it could serve as an emotional leverage to the story and lend some significant emotional weight to it. But I don't think they'll go that route. I think whatever's actually gone on, I think it could be a situation like this. Now, the actor of Kyler, who, you know, played Kyler in the first season, he wasn't in the second season at all. But I think he might be back for season 3. I think there was something where the actors were all together and he was part of them and they were having like a game night or something. So I think Kyler might be back for season 3. That's possible. But if Kyler does come back, then I think they could do a similar thing with Aisha. They could just say, look, you know, she's around, but she's not, you know, we haven't really got a good story for her this season. But then in season 4, maybe they bring her back because I think where the story's going this season, it does look like a chunk of the story will take place in Okinawa. We've seen that with Daniel and Chosen. So that's going to be interesting. Still excited to see if Johnny goes with or not. Robbie's in jail. Miguel's going to be recovering. Sam and Tori's rivalry is going to get worse. Kreese and Hawk, that bond's going to get stronger. Dimitri and Chris are definitely going to get, you know, even better. So there's a lot going on in season 3, and you know, you don't want to cram too much in there. Aisha had a lot to do in season 1 because the show was still establishing its foundation, its base. And then you get to season 2, and she still had quite a bit to do. But because they started introducing Stingray, they introduced Tori, that's another character that you need to really serve the story with. So, it's not like, oh, we can't find a reason for her to be in the story, just have her disappear. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just they genuinely couldn't find an actual good arc to really give her, which is a shame, because Aisha's one of those characters who, she's not like a Miguel or a Robbie or a Hawk or a Dimitri or a Daniel or a Johnny or a Sam or a Tori. But you like having her there. You know, she's been there from the start. And, you know, in season 1, I remember when, you know, Sam was with that clique of girls, you know, the popular group with Yasmin and Moon. They made fun of her. You know, they called her fugly. They started recording her and plastering it all over social media. And then Aisha joined Cobra Kai as the second student in. And, you know, she represented the women, innit? You know, she gave them some good representation there. And she put Miguel on his ass in what was in the trailer and then also in the series. Cool seeing that one. And Johnny says, girl's a natural Cobra. And I do like the sort of little bond between Johnny and Aisha where at the end of the tournament in season 1, Johnny says, you know, you'll get him next time. At the end of Coyote Creek in season 2, Johnny says, you know, you'll get him next time kind of thing. So, I do feel like there was more for Aisha to do, but whatever it is that they do, I do trust that they'll do the right thing with her character. But I am hoping it's a case of a school brawl broke out, maybe the parents moved Aisha to a different school, or maybe they've moved away, or maybe she'll just be away for a little while. And depending on how they structure this season, we might not even spend a lot of time in the dojos. Because as I said, we're going to be spending a chunk of it in Okinawa. We're going to have a lot of flashbacks, I think, to Kreese's backstory, to Tori's backstory, and possibly Sam's backstory, and maybe even like Hawk, Miguel, and Robbie a little bit. So it's going to be full of other stuff. I don't think we're going to spend as much time in the dojos as we did in season 2. I think we'll be at the dojos, but not a lot. I think it will be here and there kind of thing. It won't be every episode we're learning a new lesson and training. It'll be more like, you know, right, this person's in school, this person's an Okinawa, this person's at, you know, a dance club. You know, it'll be stuff like that. And there's just so much to do this season for them. So I really am not sure what they're going to do with the Aisha character. I suppose we'll wait and find out. And then in season 3, we'll find out, I guess. You know, I really don't want them to kill her off. You know, because I've seen that kind of floating around, and I've seen people really wanting that to happen. But, you know, it could serve some emotional sort of, you know, weight to the story, but I wouldn't be 100% on board with it, if you know what I mean. It's one of them ones where I personally believe, as an aspiring actor and filmmaker myself, I believe show, not tell. You know, don't just tell us, oh yeah, this person died off screen. Show us, you know, because then we can actually, we feel something, you know? We feel something. So I don't think they'll kill her off. I think they'll probably just say, you know, the writers will come out and say, look, we couldn't figure out anything to do with her this season, so her character's just going to be... Her character's just going to basically be Yasmin this season. So Yasmin was in season 1, and then in season 2, people like her and Kylo were just... They were gone. They disappeared. And then in season 3, Yasmin and Kylo could potentially come back. Similar thing could happen to Aisha. But what's weird, though, is, you know... I say that, but Aisha is part of the main group. Kylo and Yasmin, you know, they're kind of... not even sub-characters. They're sub-characters to the sub-characters. So it will be interesting to see what they do with that. But guys and girls, comment down below. Let me know, what do you think? What do you think they'll do with the character? And yeah, it's... I don't know, someone did want me to cover it, but there's not a lot I can really say about it other than that Aisha's a cool character. And, you know, it would have been interesting in Season 2 to see more of her conflict with... when Sam and Tori were going at it. It would have been interesting to see more of her conflict with that, because we did see quite a bit of it. But at the end of the day, you know, when you go off the back of Season 1, Sam has been, and I'll say this, look, I like Sam LaRusso. She's a cool character, she's Daniel's, you know, protege, she's cool. But let's be real, she's been at the heart of every single problem since the show started. She's been at the heart of every situation. She's the heart of why Kylo and Miguel got into a fight. She's the heart of why Aisha wanted nothing to do with her. She's the heart of why Robbie and Miguel started fighting each other in the first place. And then she's also the reason why Tori went after her. I mean, Tori did go overkill, let's be honest. But, you know, it feels like they have made Sam kind of the one constant in every bit of drama that's happened throughout the show. So, as a testament to Sam's character, I really hope that she's easygoing, drama-free, and she just, you know, goes on her own kind of story and doesn't cause any other problems for other people. Because, I mean, it's not really her fault, but she's always somehow in the middle of it, if you know what I mean. And Aisha was sort of the counterbalance to that. So when she had a problem with Miguel, Aisha would be the one to say, hey, maybe you guys should talk or whatever. But Aisha's the original female of Cobra Kai, you know, so we got to put respect on her name. Now, again, I don't really know all the details of what happened with the actress and everything. It's not my place to speak on it all. But talking from a character standpoint, I'll say that they'll probably just find a way to write her out in Season 3. And then if they bring her back from then on, it's, you know, it's up in the air. I don't think we're all anticipating Season 3 excited for Aisha, if you know what I mean. But it is a shame that she won't be around because, you know, it was nice in scenes where, like, if Johnny and Miguel were talking, you'd hear Aisha scream pussy at someone in the back of the dojo somewhere. So that you lose that kind of element when you take a character like Aisha out. But ultimately, you know, we'll have to just wait and see. And, you know, comment down below, what do you think of Aisha's story and progress through Season 1 to now? Do you think she'll come back? Do you think they'll kill her off? Do you think they'll just say, hey, she went on holiday and then went to Spain, never came back? You know, or just disappeared, or they just completely... They don't, you know, I hope they don't do this because I hate it when shows and movies do this. When a character disappears with no explanation. There's just there's no explanation, no reason. You just go, like, to the next episode, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, they're gone, by the way. It's like, okay, well, alright, cool. And then about 10 seasons later, they come back, and they're like, yeah, I've been on this journey of self-discovery and all that stuff. So, yeah, I really hope they don't do that. But yeah, they've given me no reason to not trust them so far, so I trust in the writers. They've done a bang-up job with Season 1 and 2. And that's another point. Comment down below, what is your favourite season thus far? Is it season 1 or 2? Because I'm actually, you know, I thought it was season 1 initially because it was a great foundation. But season 2 just does so much with the characters. You know, season 1 I do feel relies heavily on a lot of nostalgia and basically just sort of laying the foundations and the groundwork. It's sort of like how just any origin story goes. And then season 2 just, you know, amps it up and then just takes it up a level. And it plants the seeds for some really great storylines and, you know, great drama for the characters. You know, you start to see the relationship between Daniel and his wife sort of, you know, go rocky. You start to see Johnny's love for Carmen start to have its little problems. And yeah, all the stuff that it's just been a blast watching this show. And do you know what? To be a kid nowadays, I mean, I'm 23 now, but to be like a teenager, you know, maybe if you're in high school or you're in college or university or wherever, and you're watching this and you can kind of relate to it. This is like your Karate Kid, like it was back for the kids in the 80s. It's crazy. I've also got another video planned of just a small video of me meeting William Zabka at a convention here in London. I'll do a video on that probably tomorrow. I'll talk a little bit about that, and yeah. And remember, defeat does not exist. In this dojo, does it?